Yeah, so today is March the 24th, 2025. It's been a little minute since I did the daily vlog. Um, yeah, just been a minute because I'm not getting any traction with it from anyone else, and I'm really not getting too much from it from me. I did get one thing from it. I saw how I was, how baseline I was, especially like combing my beard out and when I couldn't see or whatever, I was, my nervous system wasn't relaxed. And so I made a couple adjustments there. And yeah, so I was majorly humbled today. Majorly humbled. Instantly. Well, not majorly, but instantly humbled. You know, like you. So I've been going to the gym for like 2.5 years now. So, I think I'm doing pretty good, making some gains, making some strides and everything. But I was instantly humbled by the hack squat machine today. Instantly humbled. So, for a while, I didn't do squats at all. I was doing, I guess, the auxiliary kind of movements. I was doing leg press and leg curls and leg extensions and hamstring curls and calf raises, all that type of stuff. But I didn't squat for a while, so I started with the Zephyr squat. I think that's what it's called, like a front squat, but you squat down like this, hold kind of bar in your elbow, squat down like that. So I thought I was doing pretty good because I was on the cable machine and I was able to do the full stack. I think last week or the week before. So I'm like, okay, greater than that. And then I go to Planet Fitness, so the way it's set up, there's no like straight bar where I could, uh, well, they got the Smith machine, but it's not the same. It's just a regular straight bar like a squatting rack. I can just put it in there and lift it up and squat. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I did the hack machine, the hack squat machine today, and instantly humbled twice actually. So I'm like, well, I haven't done this machine before. I haven't done any of the hack squats before. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna start off no weight, just making sure I got the form right and everything like that. Instantly humbled. I did the first test exercise, first movement, and instantly humble. I'm like, I don't, I wasn't able to put weight on it. Like, yeah, I probably could have. Ego wise, I probably could have put weight on it. But the way I'm set up and everything, I'm like, no, I was getting, I was getting tension. I was good. I was good where I was among gravity. So it started off at 105 pounds. I didn't realize that. I read it after the first set. Now, I thought that was going to be a test set, right? But 105 pounds to start off with gravity and my body weight. I'm like 280, 82 pounds, something like that. So not a small person. Um, but yeah, but I was happy with the range of motion I was able to do. I got all the way down. My range of motion was good, um, and the rip range was good. So but among all those things, I'm like, all right, this is where you're gonna start. You know what I mean? So I was humbled. I'm like, I'm gonna start with no weight on the bar, and I'm not gonna be a male chauvinist, but I am gonna say you see females doing that, but a dude, with no weight on the bar, that's humbling. That's fucking humbling. So yeah, that's what I did. I did 3 or 4 sets actually. Full range of motion. Like I said, it was good to go. But then so my mom is actually doing a fitness journey herself. So I texted her and told her, the story, how I was instantly humble. She said, "Well, I do the hack squat all the time." I was humbled twice. My mom does it all the time, and I did it with no weight today. So I was instantly humbled. Instantly humbled twice. So I guess that's good. Get down to bedrock. It's a new challenge for me. At one time the Zephyr squats was the challenge. Now this is a new challenge, so I ain't mad at it, but it's inexpressive imagination. But just I hadn't been humble like that in a while. I said I was doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Pretty locked in, doing pretty good. Just be like that sometimes. So I may not upload this one, but at least it's for me. And I think that's pretty much the most important thing for me. Since I don't have any interaction, I don't know what you want to talk about, and I don't really have anything to talk about other than that story I wanted to tell. Yep, that was good. Good one. Boom. It's a good one too, man. Mm. All right, that looks good for the beard. Now the head. So I guess I'll tell you. You already know. I started a new outline for a book that I plan on writing. Right now, the title is So I Am Aware. Now what? Because there's a million, well, I'm, I'm just pulling that number out of the air, obviously, but there's a lot of, self-help books and books that are aimed to get people off the cycle of thinking that life is happening to them and they have no power, that they're stuck in the patterns they're in and don't even realize it. So there's a lot of books and everything that is catered to that, but I haven't seen anything um, or anything that has worked, quote unquote, after that. Everybody has their different, kind of things or whatever. But once you wake someone up and they realize, the matrix or the game of life or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. Now what? Now that you told me, now what? It's kind of like the reason why I haven't got into conspiracy theories. And I'm like, all right, even if I believe you, and most of them I probably, maybe do, you know what I mean? But even if I believe you, or even if I believe it to be true, so what? What can I do about it? Well, it was one of the frustrations I had with watching what's that movie called? With Scully, um, X Files. X Files. Yeah, I think his name was Mortar. I think it. Shoot, I forgot his name. It started with an M something, but he's a tragic character, man. Because, well, if you hadn't seen X Files by now, man, like, you know what I mean, you're not gonna see it. All right. So I don't want to give any spoilers away, but even after he found out this layer of the truth or that layer of the truth, like his sister was so he said he thinks his sister was abducted by aliens, you know, when they were kids, whatever. And then he found out some truth. You know, his parents wasn't telling him everything. It was more to the story than what he knew, and people didn't tell him the truth. You understand? So he dedicated his life to search for, you know, aliens and all this. Dedicated his whole life to it. I guess you got like you know. Well, I guess you have to dedicate your life to something. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I guess your life means something. Yeah, I guess that's what he chose to do. That's what he chose to do. But even Scully, I think they had a actual, you know, come to Jesus talk at least 2 or 3 times in the show that I've seen. The Scully, like, all right, if he found this out, to what end are we doing this? Because I think Scully was curious, right? But she had a healthy curiosity. She like at a certain point, and that's how I kind of feel too. Um, at a certain point, what are we doing? You understand? At a certain point, this is bigger than the two of us. What are we actually doing here? You know what I mean? Like what are we actually going to accomplish? Because I think they found out it was like the military and behind it and everything, and it was so it was so big, so massive that you know you had the two of them, and you know people thought they were crazy already. You know, they put them down in the basement. You know, these X Files, and so no one you know took them seriously. So they didn't have the legitimacy of the FBI behind them for real, for real. So it's like, what were they going to do? You know? And so I eventually stopped watching the series because Mulder, yeah, I think his name was Mulder. He was just, he depressed me. You know what I mean? Like, he fucking depressed me. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't even, so him and Scully, I thought were at least gonna get together. He was gonna find some type of happiness with Scully, but he couldn't let it go. He was too he was too locked into what he was doing, bro. Like it became unhealthy in my opinion. And I'm like, he wasn't allowing himself any type of happiness. You know what I mean? And I felt the same way about the character Gibbs off of NCIS. Just a tragic character, bro. He had all these opportunities. Him and Gibbs, Mulder and Gibbs had so many opportunities just to be happy, and they were just so blindsided by something they couldn't change. You understand? Like at a certain point, you have to realize, bro, I can't change it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I can't change it. And I think that's just, I don't know if that's just the way I think or what, but I think at a certain point, if you can't change something, you might as well just move along. Allow yourself some type of happiness, you know what I mean? Some type of contentment instead of just going up the hill, man. That's going up a hill, pushing a rock up a hill over and over again. Nobody fucking cares. To what end? Like, let's say you got the rock uphill, then what? You know what I mean? Just it's characters like that in movies, and I think that's the same thing in real life. There are characters that just they're just preoccupied with this one thing. They get tunnel vision, and they won't allow themselves contentment and happiness. I stopped watching Supernatural. I stopped watching Supernatural, kind of for the same thing, but it was also getting kind of dumb, repetitive to me. I stopped watching it after, I think his name was Dean. Yeah, Dean was the shorter brother, but his older brother. He found happiness with this one woman or whatever, and the woman was okay with him still doing this hunting thing and everything like that. She just didn't want to, had to get brought into the house, and he fucked it up. His brother was fucked up in the head. Um, what was Dean's brother's name? The other Winchester boy. I don't know. He was fucked up in the head. There was fucking no help for him. And Dean just wanted a family. You know what I mean? He just wanted a family. He just wanted everything to be cool. But he didn't realize that him and his brother was never going to be that family that he, wanted. It was never going to happen. And that never dawned on him. Like, this is never going to happen. And then they found like other family members, like these distant family members. It started getting weird. I'm like, I'm out. You know what I mean? I can't fucking watch this anymore. It's gonna go round and around and around and around. All it's gonna do is just piss me off. So I stopped watching that. Another show I stopped watching was The Blacklist. Now The Blacklist was good. Don't get me wrong. If you want to watch The Blacklist, it's a good show. It has some good flourishes in it. It has some good lessons in it. Great acting in it. You know what I mean? It's definitely a good show. Definitely a ride. Definitely an adventure. But I had to stop watching it because I'm not gonna give any spoilers away. But I just had to stop watching because I didn't know what it was about. You know what I mean? Anymore. Like at first, I thought I knew what it was about. I'm like, and then I thought this was true, that was true. Then that turned out not to be true, and then there's another rabbit hole, another rabbit hole. I'm like, no, nah, no. This is pissing me off too. Like the juice wasn't worth the squeeze for me. So yeah, I stopped watching Blacklist for that reason. So I used to watch shows because I started them, so I finished them. I did Charm that way. I finished Charm just because I started it, so I finished it. But I stopped doing that, and I think that's a sign of a deeper maturity. You don't have to stick in a situation that is not it's not paying off for you, right? If it's not paying off for you, you're not getting anything out of it. It's time to pivot. It's time to pivot and do something else. Because just staying in something just because, you know what I mean? It's, I don't think that's the right thing to do. I just don't think so. So if it ain't paying off, pivot, do something else. And that is my rant for today. So if I do decide to upload this and you made it all the way to that all the way to that part, you definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. I'm gonna watch it back, but it's just me. But all right, y'all have a good day. I'm gonna try to use this thing, stop it, but see if that works. Nope, that didn't work. Did it work? No, that didn't work either.